that's actually brilliant. You're right. You're 100% right. And I try not to listen to that, though. Like, and some people don't believe in signs and Virgo and all that, but like, I'm a Virgo. I feel like I get along, not girlfriend wise, but I get along with Virgos really good. Like, I'll be just hanging out with some dude and we're just chatting, having a great time, cracking a beer. I'm like, I could hang out with this dude all day, no problem. And I feel like, bro, I got to get home. Check test 1, 2.
Yeah.
A little closer.
A little closer. I know.
Check test 1, 2.
Yeah, it should be good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part. I mean, I've barely been in a studio, but yeah, you got the pressure as a drummer.
Oh yeah.
Because a guitar player can punch in and punch out. So he's like, dun, 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 dun. Oh, I screwed up right there. Okay. The guy reverses back and he starts playing that in his ear. Dun, 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 dun. And then he starts playing with it. And then the recording guy just hits punch and it's like seamless. Drums, it's almost impossible to do that. The only thing you do is add on top. So like, I wish my ride was louder here. You know, you just, hey, re-record that. I'm listening, and I start playing probably 5 seconds before, like he punches me in, and then when he punches in, you hear that ride because you're in time with it. You're playing to it, and so you can do stuff like that, but not like, oh, I fucked up like the last 10 seconds of the song. Nah, you gotta go all the way from the beginning. It sucks.
So, like, one of the things, like, I remember, like, in the movies and shows, the drummer always got the girl. Is that...
Drummer always got the girl?
Assuming, yeah. I mean, you think the lead singer, because he's, like, right up front and stuff like that, but I remember, like, for some reason, the stereotype was the drummer got the girl.
So, I've drummed since I was 9. And no, you don't always get the girl. I've always had a girlfriend, but I mean, it's not like you play a show and then you walk away with the girl. You can if you want to, I'm sure. Yeah. But what I've always seen, the stereotypical thing is the lead singer is the one that has 6 girls, and then the guitar player has 3 or 4, and then the drummer's always got 1. He just has his girlfriend, and then the bass player has nobody.
Yeah, the bass player is the middle child, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I've always seen. But
that's interesting.
To me, drums is, I mean, it's just the best thing you could possibly play. You know what I mean? You get to sit down the whole gig. You're using all your limbs. You're the rhythm. I mean, you're actually, believe it or not, and you know, not everyone will agree with me on this, but you definitely are the leader of the band. You can manipulate the band more than most people think you can. Yeah. You could slow it down, speed it up. You can just do things.
'Cause everybody's kind of going off of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You're kind of the conductor. You really are. They don't want to say it because the drummer's not a musician. He's just a drummer. You know, hey, if you don't know music and you're not a musician, where do they put you? They throw you on the drum kit, right? Yeah. But honestly, all kidding aside, it's been fun. I've been playing since I was 9, and I'll tell you what, man, that's the one thing that I don't think I'll ever give up. I don't play that much anymore, but I don't think I'll ever give up on playing drums because it is fun.
So for me, I've never actually, I've tried, I haven't really like technically tried drums, but I remember somebody having a drum set and I'll get in there, like there's too many things going on. You got the bass, you got your foot, you got both your hands, you got to listen to everybody else. Like there's a lot of multitasking. Does that help you with like, because you said you had like ADHD? Right? ADD.
Yeah.
So tell me, okay, define that a little bit.
Well, I mean, ever since I was a kid, I couldn't pay attention in class. Okay. Like I never knew what it was, but it was like, you know, she's teaching something and I'm playing with pencil and eraser in first grade and just whatever, you know, looking through my desk. Mm-hmm. And then I remember like sitting in church and stuff. It's like next thing you know, I'm thinking of what I'm doing after, you know, or, you know, when's the football game or, I mean, my whole life I've always been like that. And then I think people started talking about ADD and ADHD. I'm guessing, I could be wrong. Like for me, like in the last 15 years, 20 years, I've been hearing about it. Yeah. And then I finally just accepted it. I mean, I guarantee you I'd be diagnosed 100% with ADD. My brother's got ADHD. Okay. And so he's got the hyper part. I'm more of the mellow part, but I just have a million thoughts sort of running through my head all the time, and they just don't stop. That's the problem. And so you have like 100 things going through your mind. You really got to focus, try and focus, and get that most important 5 and try and just dwell on the 5 and then eventually choose one. Mm-hmm. You know, we're the type we'll walk through and I'm going to go get, I'm going to go, I don't know, grab something in the garage. And next thing you know, I'm like underneath the boat looking at a hole in the boat. And then you're going to go patch the boat and get some fiberglass. And then by the time you go to the store and do that, now you're at the liquor store getting a couple beers, and then you wind up at your buddies, and you never did anything you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I swear that's
I feel like I've seen that like on Modern Family where he I think it was like Malcolm in the Middle where he goes and gets a screwdriver from the drawer and he notices the drawer is like kind of loose. So he gets like something else and he notices like the curtain is not, even, and they just kept going to the next. So that's ADD. So it's more like subtle, right? It's more like you're just kind of moving on to the next thing. What's ADHD?
Well, I'm obviously no doctor or anything like that, but ADHD would be equivalent, I guess. But you're very hyper about it, like you go and you can't stop.
It's more obvious.
Yeah,
okay.
Like ADD, you can be in the middle of something, and then you're hearing the football game in the background, and then you go sit on the couch. And you gotta get this project done, but you go sit, and then you're just chilling on the couch, and you're watching the game, and then you're scrolling, and then an hour goes by, and you're like, oh, I gotta get back. ADHD, I don't think they're like on it.
Yeah.
They don't stop. They keep going. So I think ADD might help as a drummer, possibly, just because, like you said, it's
multiple things at once.
A lot of coordination. And, I mean, no one's born. Well, I guess I could be wrong. You're definitely born with gifts and coordination, but you got to work at it to, the whole, rub your belly, pat your head. I couldn't do that for a while. I finally figured it out. And the whole Spock thing, once you do it, you could do it.
Yeah.
But, I've never had ADHD, but my brother's got it, and he's super successful.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you ever go to yourselves like, man, I wish I had that one instead?
Yeah, a lot. I'm lazy as shit sometimes. I'll be sitting around, I just won't be getting anything done. I'll just doing this and thinking of all the things that you got to get done. I go through spurts in life, though. There's times where I just don't stop, and then finally you just crash. It could be a year straight, it could be a month straight, and then you just crash hard. I don't know if that's a part of ADD or anything, but when I crash, that's when I'm just like, oh, I took it too hard, man. I went full steam ahead, Now I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit around and watch TV and no projects. I don't want to hang out with anybody. I just kind of recluse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny that you say that because, I see your social media and it looks like you're being social as hell. That's like the opposite of what you're doing. Because it's only the bits and pieces of your life, right?
Exactly. Like you figure it's like maybe 5 minutes at the most of that clip of an entire week. They're like, people always see me drinking. Yeah. They're like, man, dude, you drink a lot of beer. You're an alcoholic. I'm like,
it's the same beer.
It's kind of funny because I actually don't drink as much as I probably could.
Yeah.
But, that one time you see that beer in my hand was maybe that one or two times I was drinking that hour, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, no, there was a time I didn't drink for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 15 years. I had issues with other stuff when I was younger. And so when I got clean from all that, I just canceled out the beer too. I never really had an issue with beer. I never enjoyed beer. I never enjoyed alcohol. And so I just said, I'm not going to drink either. And, 15 years, dude, straight, not a drink. And then one day I went out and bought a 6-pack just because I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And then crack a beer and never went back to the other stuff though.
Yeah.
Gracias a Dios.
Yeah. So for me, there's I can remember specific moments where having a beer just hit the spot, but all the other moments is more of a social thing. It didn't really add or remove the experience. I remember one time it was a hot day and I had a Corona in the fridge. I popped it open. It tasted so good. It was cold. It was crisp. And I just wow. And then another day, it wasn't as out of a day. I wasn't as thirsty. I wasn't all this. And it didn't taste the same.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where the moment I think has to call for it rather than you just drinking out of the habit.
I know exactly what you're talking about in the moment. Yeah. And mowing the lawn and you're tired. Yeah. And an ice cold freaking Corona. I got to have a lime in my Corona because I'm a weirdo. But, oh God, that hits the spot. You know what's crazy about Coronas? I always get a hard time from people. Oh, that's Mexico shit beer. Don't be drinking that. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I love Corona. As soon as I take a drink, I am in Tijuana at 14 years old. I don't know why, but that lime and that Corona and that first sip, like every time, boom, it's like Ratatouille moment. I'm in Tijuana at a bar, you know, with all the older kids and brothers and everyone that took me down there.
So so when you were younger, when's the earliest you remember going to Mexico?
Guy, Darla Gomez, where are you at right now?
Dropping names.
Oh boy, I think I had to have been 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, in Tijuana, I went, oh, you want to hear a funny story? God. Okay, so I go to San Diego with my brother and my stepdad. Yeah. And my stepdad's like, we're going to be right by Mexico, you know? My dad looks Mexican. My stepdad looks Mexican, but he's totally Filipino, not a word of Spanish, right? Oh, like when he came from New York to California and they were having burritos, he literally said, he's 21, right? He literally said, can you please pass me one of those burrito covers? He didn't even know what a freaking tortilla was. Like, it was hilarious.
Wow.
So he's like, hey, we're going to San Diego. So we're in San Diego. And I'm like, whoa, Mexico's right there. To me, that's another, that's like, you know, I don't know, China or something. It's just a whole nother world. And I was like, I want to go to Mexico, Dad. He's like, no, we're just going to hang out here. And I was like, let's go to Mexico. It's right here. And I think I was 10, maybe 11. And he said yes. I'm like, what? Hell yeah, let's go. Of course, I didn't say hell yeah, but I'm like, let's go. So we literally crossed the border. We go into Mexico. And I'm like, it's just like when you watch La Bamba. It's the same freaking thing. You know, you see the donkey and the pictures, and you're in another world. And I was mesmerized, and my brother's in the front, and I'm in the back, and we're in this little diesel rabbit, and my dad's going around, because we went down there to get some fireworks. That was the whole point, was let's go get some fireworks. And so my dad's like talking to the guy on the curb. He's like, you know, he doesn't speak away. He looks totally Mexican too, dude. I swear, man. My dad would like 100% pass for Mexicano. And my stepdad. And so the guy's like, oh yeah, over here, you know? And so we went to this little place and went in, and there was all the fireworks. And so my dad's buying all this cool stuff. I don't know how much he spent back then. It was probably $150, which was a lot of money, maybe $200, I don't know. But we go to the freaking border. That was it. We got fireworks and we headed back, right? We were just in Tijuana. We go to the border, and the guy asks if I don't know if he said we're American citizens, but I remember him saying specifically, did you buy anything in Mexico? And my dad's like, yeah, I bought some fireworks. I'm like, why do you have to be so honest? Yeah. So the guy opened up the trunk and took all the freaking fireworks. I'm like, I was devastated, man, because we had freaking skyrockets, cherry bombs, all the cool shit. So,
and this is probably back in the day. I'm not going to try to date you or anything, but it's probably back in the day where like the border patrol was like less, right?
Oh God,
you're like, okay, your guy's good. You talk English, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, you show your paper, you're good. Just go right through. You know?
No birth certificate, no visa, no passport.
Let's pull you to the side just because you had 3 or more people in there.
I've never had an issue all the times I've been going down to Mexico. With matter of fact, I've been blessed with federales. When I was in Mexico City one time, I got lost with a buddy on a scooter, and we were lost for hours. And I'm like, dude, I do not know my way home. And I'm trying to talk to people about this little bike store that the dad owned of some of the people I was staying with, and they have no clue, man. 4 or 5 hours goes by. Well, 4 hours probably go by. I finally flagged down a federale, a cop in an actual cop car, and I'm like, we're lost. Can you help us find our place? And so he's driving around. I'm trying to tell him like kind of the area and where we're at. We're close to La Villa right now in Mexico City, like the big basilica. And we driving around, and my buddy Roger, he's on a scooter, red hair, blue eyes. So I'm in the cop car, and Roger's behind us, and we're driving, just trying to like see a spot that looks familiar. And probably 2 hours go by when I'm in the cop car and stuff. And then finally, like, Roger's like waving his hands, you know, he's out of gas. So we go over to a gas station, and he lifts up the seat, you know, where you undo the gas cap, and a freaking receipt was in there. And the cop's like, pendejo. I was like, freaking, it's right over here. And it literally was like 3 blocks away, man. And so it was like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. It's a Friday or Saturday night. And I'm driving in. I've told this story a million times, man. I'm driving in the cop car, and he's behind me in the scooter, and we're going into the little town, the little pueblo right there. And you know, Mexico, dude, everyone's out on a Friday night, everybody, and they're having a party in their little garage area or whatever. And they're just like, and they already knew, like, oh, the Hueritos are here in our little pueblo and stuff. And here we come, like probably 6 hours late from when we were supposed to turn in that scooter. And they're just like, oh, these guys are busted. And so that was amazing. That guy was cool. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, he could have taken all my money and done stuff to me. And so I think there's so much propaganda. And I know it happens, but it happens in LA. It happens in Chicago. It happens everywhere.
Yeah, because I mean, I've heard the stories like if they see your license plate and it says California, they know you're not from there, kind of thing. And I've heard the stories. They get pulled over. It's like, all right, let's see how much you got, and they'll actually they'll guide you over to an ATM if you don't have enough.
Sure. No, I've heard stories. It's just never happened to me.
Yeah,
I've just been lucky, but I've heard stories. Even some of my cousins were in Cancun and they had a vape in the car. They got pulled over. Hey, these are illegal, and they end up having to give the guy $1,500, which sucks because it puts a bad taste in the mouth of my cousins, and they probably don't want to go back to Mexico.
Right.
And I understand that. I mean, I've heard some horror stories, but I think we hear those more than what we hear here, you know, but I'm sure it happens a lot more here. Like statistically speaking, I'm talking out of my ass here, but I'm thinking if you add up the murder rate or whatever's going on in just LA, let's just take LA and San Francisco alone and you compare it to Mexico, it's just got to be apples and oranges.
Yeah.
You know, we just hear the bad more, I think, down there, especially if people want to promote that, you know what I mean?
Well, I know, like, my family, and I don't know if it's the same with every single Mexican family, but they're very into scaring you from doing things. Like, they'll tell you, it's like, don't go there because of this might happen. Yeah. And it just grows into el chisme, right? It keeps going. Whether it's true or not, they can't confirm or deny, right? Or they can't, like, fact check it because that's just how they communicate sometimes, right? Yeah. Like right now, están matando todos los que tienen el apellido Núñez. Like if you have a last name, this one, they're all, the cartel is killing all those people with the last name. So if you go down there, like who you related to down here, and you're like, oh, this person, okay, that's the guy we want. You know, that's how they get to the. But I'm just like, this sounds like a movie. Like it sounds like a plot of a movie, not the actual reality. Because I've been down there. I remember walking, down a couple blocks, getting tortillas, and they live upstairs. They make tortillas downstairs. That's how a lot of convenience stores are too.
Yeah.
And I walked freely. Like I wasn't worried about anything. But as I got older, they start telling me these stories. I'm like, why are we sharing the stories that there's no logistical backing to it. There's no facts. Like they haven't experienced it, but yet they're repeating somebody else's story.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You get that built up in someone's mind, and it becomes just that's the reality of every day. You're always scared of it.
Yeah, and you go enough to where like you kind of disprove that. Like you say lucky, but at the same time you're also like statistically increasing your odds of not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you imagine here just telling your kid every day, hey, be careful, there's a van, they might not have any stickers in their car, and if you just keep pounding that into their head every day, that kid is going to be freaked out by the time they're 18,
Yeah.
And the chances of that even happening are probably 1 in 10 million. I don't know, I mean, I'm not trying to like play that down at all by any means.
I mean, it still happens, but at the same time, it's one of those things where like, are you saying it because you actually don't want, you actually are afraid that might happen, or you're too lazy to watch your kid right now?
Very true. Yeah. That's fair enough. Well, I guess, I can't call it lucky. I can't call it lucky. It's just the way.
Because once it happens to you, what are you gonna be unlucky?
Yeah.
It's just statistically speaking, the more you go, there's a chance of it, but like 100 times, and it happens once, it's 99% that it won't happen.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good statistic right there.
I think we're just pounded in the head with it here. Whenever something bad happens, that's what you hear. When something good happens, I mean, I feel like most of the news and most everything is pretty negative, right? I feel like that negativity came about 25, 30 years ago. I feel like, hey, it's just, how come nobody's promoting like happiness and great things? Every once in a while you'll see a cool story of a kid that, was paralyzed or something, and all of a sudden like something happened and he's able to like start walking again. Now he's playing football or whatever. You get those feel good stories for sure. But the majority of everything is pretty negative.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I remember as a kid watching the news and everything negative. And now that I'm older, you see other people watching the news and it's all negative. And you don't see them going like, well, like let's talk about something positive. No, that's how they get people to keep watching, and that's how they get their ratings. And
when that's all you hear, if you just hear about nothing but killings in Mexico or Tijuana, that's what you're going to think.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't watch the news, by the way.
Oh, wait.
I gave it up. I gave it up, I don't know, it's probably like 7-8 years ago. I was just like, you know what? This is not doing me any good. All I do is get mad. I'm not really learning anything. I'm learning about politics, but who cares? It's always tit for tat, No one's ever going to agree. Yeah. And it's puro chisme is what it is, really, in the end. It's like, they're always going to come up with something against them, and they're always going to come up with something against them. It's like, and people get mad at me, and I'll be honest, I don't vote. I stopped voting about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. I just don't care anymore. I hit a place in my life where, you know what? I want peace with me and with my little world. And if I involve that, because if I'm going to vote, I'm going to get into politics and I'm going to learn about stuff and I'm going to get pissed and I'm going to get angry. And now I know who I'm going to vote for, right? I just let it all go. So that could be a bad thing, but in my mind, it's a good thing. And if it is a bad thing, I really don't care.
Yeah, I think for me, like voting and stuff like that, if it directly affects me, I'll start paying more attention, right? If it, there's a lot of things that, obviously I can't think of one right now, but it's just like homeschooling. California's trying to get rid of homeschooling or something along those lines. And I'm like, homeschooling, I feel like was more of like on the down low for like the longest time. And now that it's coming up, and then you also see like public schools, like having issues funding. They get their funding from how many students they have in the standard testing.
I never knew that until 20 years ago. I'm like, really? They're making money off us?
Yeah.
This is crazy. I guess that's how it works.
I literally just found out because my kid started like first grade and she's being homeschooled, right? And I'm just like, and I was asking my wife, and I was like, hey, so where do we go for this for the testing? It's like, oh, she doesn't need the testing. The schools do that to kind of show numbers to the people who fund the schools, like the government and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that affects how much they get. Oh.
It kind of changes everything, huh?
So we took tests because the public schools needed money.
Crazy. I know.
That's like I don't know. It's like telling my kids like, oh, you really want that PlayStation? Here's a test so I can get money to buy you the PlayStation. Instead of just working working and trying to figure out a different way to fund it.
That's why when kids would steal the Scantron sheets, like they mark everyone absent or whatever, and then they would put the Scantron sheet outside the classroom door. We weren't indoors, we were outdoors, and so you would see a kid run down the hallway and steal the Scantron sheet, just yank it off the clipboard on the outside of the door and take off. And one of the kids got in trouble. This is in La Habra High School. I don't know what happened to him, but that's what I found out. That's actually a federal offense.
Oh, snap.
Because you just took away the knowledge of who was there and who wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's like, I guess it's a federal offense to screw around with the Scantrons. I don't know how they do it now, but there was always the smart person was always the one in charge. They give it to a kid, and they would mark everyone absent. And if you knew that person, you're like, dude, mark me here, bro.
Hey, if I'm running late or I'm not,
park, man, mark me here. Oh, it's crazy.
I forgot about that. They would actually dedicate one kid to take.
Yeah.
If that was the case, I don't remember. I remember seeing that in movies and TV shows. Like, hey, can you check attendance?
Well, I forget what it was called because it's been so long. But like when you're a senior, you get to like pick and choose what you want to do pretty much. Like I think I was done with math and I played football and all that. Yeah. So I think I had like 2 classes my senior year. And the third class that I had would have been sitting in a classroom being I forget what they call it, but you're just hanging out. You're the senior and you're with a bunch of freshmen and you're just helping the teacher.
The TA?
There you go. Thank you. The TA. Yeah. So that was always kind of fun, just chilling. But you said your kids homeschooled?
Yeah, my 5-year-old started homeschooling.
Okay. My son's homeschooled for the first time this year. He likes it.
Yeah. Way more freedom, way more flexibility. You get to go at your own pace. Obviously, we'll see.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty early to see how it benefits her. But at some point, like she's been reading for a while now. So she didn't need school. So that kind of proved to me, okay, homeschooling might be okay.
Right.
Because everywhere we go, she goes, she'll read the box. Modelo. Like, she'll just say it out loud. It's like, what does especial mean? Like, or something like that. And I'm like, gonna have to. But the other day we went to Slow Sweets and we got gelato, and she was reading all this. Like, and it's like, okay, well, what does sorbet mean? I'm like, you pronounced it correctly too? Like, what the fuck? So it's just one of those things where, like,
wizard, bro.
But me going to school, I know I would have fucked up that word for sure.
Yeah.
What's sorbet?
Yeah, exactly. Me too. God, I sucked at all that stuff, dude. I mean, school is catered towards the bookworm, and that's the sad part. There's so many geniuses in school that don't get the opportunity because they're not bookworms. They're geniuses in another way with their hands. You go outside and teach them math with some tools and some string and whatever, geometry with, those kids will figure it out. And then the bookworms are going to be sitting there with their jaw open, not understanding what's going on. And the shitty part is in my opinion, I could be wrong nowadays, but most of the awards are always towards the scholastic bookworm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but I feel like that's a downfall with school is they need to split it up. You need to just filter it out. You walk in, you do an 8-hour exam with somebody. It's like, dude, this guy's ADD 100%. You're to the right. And
Is it called segregation?
Dude, I could have learned so much. Me and my son were just talking about that too.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine, Chance, if you were working on freaking, even learning how to set up a podcast when you were in 4th grade? Like, can you imagine like how much more brilliant you would be about all this stuff? But no, I mean, they might be doing it now, but I mean,
before the podcast we were talking about like motivation, or like, what if we weren't as lazy, or what if we didn't feel as lazy? What if we actually said, hey, I'm my own person blocking my own potential? And I asked you that question, do you ever feel that way? You go, oh no, I don't feel that way. I want to say, just to bring value, because I didn't even introduce you on the show yet. We've been recording.
No worries.
I'm here with
no one wants to
Dustin
see
Willis,
my ugly mug anyway.
From Dustin Willis from
Paso Robles. Now I'm up in you can't say Robles, you gotta say Robles.
You gotta say Robles?
Yeah, you can't say Robles.
Okay.
Someone got in trouble for that the other day. It was on a girl was saying, I'm coming to Paso. She had a video. I was on Facebook. She's all, hey, me and my husband are coming to Paso Robles. Can you recommend? And like the number one thing people are saying, you cannot say Robles, and they spell it out Robles. You got to say Robles. If you're coming, it was just funny. I caught you saying that, so I just had to bring it up.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I switch back and forth depending. I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because if somebody asks me how do you say it, I say Paso Robles.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, El Paso de Robles.
Like you should try saying it as a white dude. When I say Paso Robles, people are like, you can't say that. I'm from Jalisco, man. Cool. Well, thanks for having me on your podcast.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I'm happy you made time, because I know you're a busy guy, and it's cool.
Well, you're busier than me. Guarantee. Look at the setup here. This is incredible. I wish you guys could see all this here. I'm gonna post a video of your little deal. This is cool.
That'd be awesome. I appreciate that, so people can see. Like, it's funny because like I work a lot. Like I do this. I'm now doing another project on the weekend. I haven't really publicly announced it yet, but I'm doing a lot. I do social media. I do all these things, and then on top of that, like I'm trying to like be more fit, and I work out and stuff like that. But I don't post any of that. You know, it's weird. Like to me, it's more like I'm trying to like be under the radar until the next time somebody sees me that they haven't seen me in like 6 months. I'm just like they'll be like, "Holy shit! Like, what have you been doing, man? You got this empire of a podcast. You got this other project, and you're doing well. And then look at you. You've lost so much weight. Whatever the scenario is. And I just want to like be humble that way. I'm like, yeah, I just been working. You know?
That's awesome. There's a guy that promotes that. I mean, you've probably seen it, maybe not, but I do a lot of scrolling when I'm bored, or if I pop up at 3 a.m. Like the other day, that thunders woke me up. Couldn't go back to bed. So. Yeah. But there's people that promote that, like, you know what? Shut it down for 6 months. Oh, yeah. Don't tell anybody what you're 90 doing. Days. Yeah. Don't talk to anybody. Don't tell them your plans. Nothing. And then frickin' get your shit done. Yeah. And I'm like, God, I should try that. Yeah. But then I don't.
Well, I'm
having fun though.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Well, it's funny though, because like there's this guy, I can't remember the name, but he was eating a lot of food. He started off really skinny, and he got to the point where he's like, his belly was showing and everything. Like, that's how big he was. Avocado something, I think, has a screen name.
Gosh, I don't know.
And then all of a sudden, like, he kept posting stuff. Obviously, he had a lot of content to post. And all of a sudden, he just posted a new video, skinny again.
No kidding.
And I was like, holy crap.
He probably gapped it.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's kind of the cool thing about social media. Like, you could... I mean, I try to be who I am, and I try to post in real time. I mean, the video could have been done on Monday, and I posted it on Wednesday, but pretty close. But yeah, you could do that. You could kind of present yourself as a life of... Yeah. You could wait a year, I know, but you collect all these videos, and then all of a sudden they see you in public. They're like, "What? What happened? That's not you." Oh, it's because I recorded all that like a year before.
Yeah. So I thought about this. Like, what if I take the next like 3 weeks, record one Paso Robles podcast every single day, right? Let's say 3 weeks. That's what, 21 days, something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's half a year. And then what if I take that half a year to completely transform everything I am, right? Physically or mentally or like whatever it is, intellectually. And then all of a sudden that 20-second podcast is like, holy shit, what happened to this guy? Yeah. Like, I've thought about that. At the same time, I don't know if I have enough time to like plan it that way.
Right. Yeah. You'd have to be patient. It's like the mom that like takes a video clip of a half a second of her stomach as she's pregnant. Yeah. And she does the entire thing. You know, it's like, whoa, the patience. Yeah. And then you can't post it until you're done. So that's the patient part of it.
I'm not patient enough. There's too many times where I'll buy a gift for someone for their birthday, for Christmas, and I can't wait. I'm like, here you go. And then I'm looking at them like, you got to open it right now. Like, you have to. It's like, but my birthday. Sorry. Like,
I could tell you're a good dad just by that statement right there. No, really, that's really cool because you just want to see them happy.
Yeah. The cool thing about my 5-year-old, and of course there's always the cool things about my 2-year-old too, but I grew up getting one birthday present for Christmas and birthday, because my birthday's so close to Christmas, December 22nd.
Oh, you get robbed.
Hey, Mijo, that's for your birthday and Christmas.
Oh, that sucks, dude. That sucks.
And then my 5-year-old, when she was born, it was December 18th, 4 days before my birthday. And I'm like, oh, December is going to be a banger now. It's going to be always awesome.
So it's a completely flip the script, dude. Yeah. Oh, good for you. Yeah. That's awesome.
Now I gotta find something for June for my other kid.
Somebody needs to write a book of just stories. Go interview a bunch of people with these December birthdays of just stories of how you got robbed, dude. Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, the December babies. Like, I mean,
what if your birthday's on Christmas? What if it's December 25th? That's like triple robbery right there.
Yeah, that means like everybody's so busy focusing on like baby Jesus and Santa and candy canes, and then you're over here off to the side. Oh yeah, it's his birthday too.
Here's some eggnog. God, that would suck. I don't think I know anybody with the birthday on. And then you get people that are lucky, like their birthday's on 4th of July. So it's like, hey, it's a party. Everyone's celebrating no matter what. Cinco de Mayo.
The one I think would suck the most, and I'm just because I'm thinking out loud now, is being single and your birthday's on like February 14th for Valentine's Day. Can you imagine how much love you're not getting now?
I didn't even think of that. That would be a tough one. I've had some really shitty Valentine's years lately. I couldn't imagine like them being single. Yeah. Well, let's see. Well, I'm single, so what are we in right now? We're a ways from February.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe that'll be my goal. Single all the way through Valentine's. And then I'm going to go to a restaurant by myself. Yeah. And I'm going to have a little thing of freaking chocolates and bring myself a little heart thing of chocolates, maybe a little flour or something. Yeah. And I'm going to sit down. I'm going to eat a big old fat, juicy freaking ribeye steak. Drink a bottle of wine.
There you go.
And I'll film it all live.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good plan. Because because I saw a TikTok, 1 out of every 5 people will die single. Like they will never have a relationship their entire life. That's the statistic right there.
Wow.
1 out of 5.
What, meaning they've never had a relationship?
I'm guessing
or you're saying
so.
when they die, they're not in a relationship?
That's from my understanding, they weren't in a relationship. Maybe on and off here, maybe.
Okay.
But
when they die, they weren't in a relationship.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that algorithm comes across my freaking phone all the time about staying single, and this is why guys are staying single. This is why men aren't getting married anymore. Yeah. It's like I got to be careful of that stuff. It's like
you're gonna start hating relationships.
That's a little bit of poison, yeah. Because then all of a sudden you get down the rabbit hole and you're listening. You're going, "Well, god dang, I think they're right." Yeah, da da da. Like I feel like I'm too nice in relationships. And
we were talking about that too just now. Like, I don't know if I was recording or not, but we talked about how nice you guys finished last or whatever. But as you were talking, and I didn't want to mention this, but like, remember when you were a kid and you see a girl being picked on by a boy, and the parent goes, "He only does that because he likes you." So psychic.
Oh my gosh, I never even thought of that.
When they're older, the person who treats them like shit.
Dude,
oh my god, I want his babies.
Thought of that.
Yeah.
That's actually brilliant. You're right. You're 100% right. And I try not to listen to that though. Like, and some people don't believe in signs and Virgo and all that, but like I'm a Virgo. I feel like I get along, not girlfriend wise, but I get along with Virgos really good. Like I'll be just hanging out with some dude and we're just chatting, having a great time, cracking a beer. I'm like, I could hang out with this dude all day, no problem. And I feel like, bro, I got to get home. And I'm like, when's your birthday? Oh, September 20th. I'm like, god dang it, you're a Virgo, dude. Why don't I get along with Virgos? Not necessarily Virgo girlfriends.
Yeah.
But shit, I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But
something about Virgos, you mentioned a sign, like how do you believe in that? Like how much, or do you just take it as a part of a conversation?
I have fun with it.
Okay.
Yeah. I have fun with it. We were to go back, we were talking about being nice.
Oh yeah.
And that's a part of, I feel like a lot of Virgos are like that. We're just not, we're peacemakers. That's what they say. Whether you believe it or not, yeah, whatever, who cares? But the point is, I feel like I get bombarded in the rabbit hole of social media saying, that's why you finish last, Dustin. That's why you get cheated on. That's why you get broken up with, or that's why it doesn't work out in the end, because you're too nice.
Yeah.
Be a dick.
Yeah.
Treat her a little like shit. I'm like, you know what though? Like, now you're telling me to do something that I'm not naturally wired to do,
and frowned upon if it turns out on paper. Yeah. If on paper it comes up, oh, this guy did this. Right.
I'm not going to stay in a relationship or want a girl to like me because I'm, treat her shitty. So I'm like, because guys teach you that online. Like this is some of the shit that comes across my stuff,
I think it's because the friction, the idea of them wanting to fix you, or the idea of you showing them that you I don't know, you're good in those kind of environment, like not good, but you alpha, whatever. I mean, that's one of the things they do is like they know when you're not an alpha or something, right? They think what's it called? And this is a while back. I watched those videos too, and there was certain things they said like, "Hey, do this," and I bet you the girl's gonna like start being pulled in, and I would try that here and there, and I'm like, "Oh wow, it works," but at the same time, it's like I don't like it. I don't want. It's so exhausting to me.
Yeah,
to have to do
that. You're playing a game,
and and I'm like, I don't want to be part of a game that like down the road, once they see who I really am, they're gonna get bored with me.
Right.
I want somebody who's gonna be with me for me.
Or you see you see the results and you get addicted to it. And now you find yourself being this completely person that you're really not, or whatever. Yeah. I can remember when I was a kid, I was always a lover. Yeah. It's just like fall in love with a girl in second grade, you want to go pick her a rose off the rose bushes at school and give it to her. Yeah. Since I was a kid, I was always kind of in that little mindset. And so once you get bombarded by all the social media, that's why you're going to finish last. You got to be a bit of a douche. Yeah. And I'm like, God, I just can't do it though. I'm not going to play a game and not be who I am. Yeah. To try and find a different result. It's like, hey, if you don't like me, then just freaking God, keep weeding them out, please, until you bring that right one.
You know what's interesting? I do like seeing, for some reason, I find it entertaining, like in movies and shows when guys are like that. because you see the tricks and the
Casanovas. And stuff.
And, like I remember, I want to say, I can't remember what it was, but it was Jake Gyllenhaal and his character was talking to another guy. Like he's dressed up. He's like, I think he sold like Viagra or something like that.
Okay.
And then he looks, and there's like this really attractive woman walking by. He's like, hey Stephanie, or something like that, right? And she's like, the fuck, and like keeps walking. And he goes, that's not Stephanie, right? He's like, I know, but now she's gonna think I know somebody that looks like her.
Yes, I saw that, dude. I'm like, freaking genius. Oh, I guess it'd be fun to play some games like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's fun. We talk about.
And hey, real quick, I'm not claiming to be that I was perfect in any relationship. I've got my flaws, and I got ADD, and I'm all over the place, and I could be, freaking just, hey, I just want to sit in my room all day and all that. I'm not perfect by any means at all. I don't want to portray that like every relationship was not. I'm 100%, 50% have to do with the breakup or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I didn't want to portray anything that everyone was shitty and I'm like the great guy in every relationship. For sure. They always end, and I feel like, damn, man, I was really into this. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I was either in love or I was having a great time, and it's just like, wow, why did that even happen? I guess I got to stop being so nice.
Okay, so do you think that mostly after it happens or during? Like, let's say you break up and then you're like reflecting, like, man, I should have stopped being so nice. Or do you say it in the middle of it and be like, man, honestly, I really got to stop?
I never thought of this at all. I never thought of this at all. Not until I started getting fed through social media. No. Once I started hearing that this is even a thing, like, I never even knew girls kind of like guys that ride motorcycles and like the tough guy. Like, I didn't even understand that until I was honestly probably in my late 20s. Like, I just it never hit me. Yeah. I don't know why. Is that my ADD? Is it just no one ever taught me that or what? But then you realize that and you're like, really? That's strange, man. And
did your mind just go like kind of like your life flashes back like before your eyes during death or something? Like that's the quote, right? When you realize that, did you see all these relationships just like filter through your mind? You're like, oh,
pretty really? Much. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm like, damn, I should have bought a motorcycle and not a BMX bike. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's just another case of, man, I should have bought Bitcoin when it was 25 cents.
How about the pizza dude?
Oh my goodness!
And what about the guy with the hard drive? Have you ever heard from him?
He has like one attempt left on the hard drive, something like that.
Oh, so they found the hard drive?
Oh, one of them is like looking through a landfill, right?
Yeah. He hired all these people because he had billions wrapped up into it, I think, right? Yeah,
something like that. And then there's another guy who can't get into it, and he has like one or two more attempts or whatever.
Damn. Dude, so when I got my password, do you have crypto or anything?
No, right now.
Okay, so when I had, I have a little bit, but when I got it, I got the password. It is intense. The password's like 15 chicken,
I screenshotted
broccoli, whatever. And
for Coinbase
exactly. Coinbase, exactly. Yeah, I screenshotted that shit too, and I sent it to my kids. I'm like, look, here's the deal, you guys.
If this happens,
I'm going to lose this. If my phone's gone or whatever, I don't back anything up in the cloud because I'm a total loser. All my stuff's on my phone. So if I lost my phone, I lose everything. No. So I told I took a screenshot and I'm like, just put it away somewhere. But I got it in my notes. I got it everywhere, so I can't lose it.
You know what's funny? That's the opposite of what we should be doing.
Right? Keep that stuff a secret, man.
No, it's what was it?
I lost my ass in crypto, anyways. I bought it when it was high.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then, not that I lost my ass. I mean, I made a little bit of money. Yeah. But,
you didn't pull out.
Yeah.
You left it there.
I was never one of the guys. I heard about people talking about that back in probably 2012. They're talking about Bitcoin. I'm like, these guys are just geeks, man. Dude, what are they talking about? I remember Bitcoin? Being... How do you even trade it? What the hell is this?
Right. And that was a big question.
These guys had it, and now they got the money.
Yeah, so I remember being downtown Paso Robles, and I remember getting a little pamphlet of Bitcoin. And this is back 2012, 2011. And it was like, and they're like 25 cents each. Something like that. They're like roughly 25 cents. Crazy. And that's my story is like, I don't know enough about this. And I just kind of like threw it away. And I was like, at the time, could I have bought $2 worth? Probably.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. I don't know stock markets. I don't know Bitcoin. I don't invest this way.
I know.
And then I think to myself, I was like, man, if I can time travel and go back, God, and be like, you're gonna put everything you have into this, no matter what. He's like, but I need to buy gas. I'm like, walk.
It's crazy that I think because we're just not that we're scared. It's just when someone presents something so far out there, it's like. I don't have time for this, man. Like, I mean, how many more things are we going to just toss aside now that are going to come to fruition in 10 more years, or we're going to go back and go, dude, what if podcasts all of a sudden people were just paying everybody, hey, I'm going to give you, $500,000 per podcast that you created back
Which, by the way, that's going to happen. I'm looking at the camera.
Right. Oh, that's right. Because, there's a camera here. So if I'm looking there, I'm looking at the people. Yeah. Cubo. But imagine all those things. Even it's funny. I remember the first time I was exposed to the internet. I was in my youth pastor's office, and he has his computer, set up, and he's like, "Hey, check this out, dude." And he was all excited about it. I had no interest at all. He's like, "Yeah, you could say anything. You could say like, hey, are there any restaurants?" And this is just at the very beginning stages when it was, coming out and being built. So there wasn't really much there. I don't even think Google was out back then. But it was probably back in the days of AOL and whatever the search engine was. He was all excited about it because he was doing it. And I didn't even care. I was just like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And I had no idea what he was talking about, and the revolution that would happen with it. Yeah. Just crazy. Yeah. So I wonder how many things, now. Yeah. What are the Bitcoins now that we're just tossing aside?
And we won't know until that happens, man. That's the problem. That's the crazy part.
I did it too, dude. When I heard him talking about Bitcoin, I tried to wrap my little freaking melon around that, and I just couldn't get it, man. Is it an actual coin? Is it, now I understand, but, back then it was like, otherwise I would have said, hey, here's $10. Can you go ahead and get me 10 of those? Yeah.
$10 worth, whatever it is. And today, I don't even want to do the math for you right now.
I know, dude. Dude, I haven't done much investing in my life, but I had my little retirement I worked for a company for 18 years. It's probably like when I was in there for like 8-9 years, had a little bit of money in this retirement thing. And I'm up here, and all my family's in Orange County. And I call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I'm putting my whole retirement in Google. No, you're crazy. What do you do? The .com's over. No. Da-da-da, yada, yada, yada. I'm all, no, I'm putting it in Google. And I called my brother, Rob, who's very good with money and, very responsible, conservative. And I'm putting all my money in Google. Well, they talked me out of it. This is Jim Moffitt. He's a local guy. He probably doesn't remember because he's got thousands of clients. But Jim Moffitt worked for Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, right when it used to be the old Cesslock right there. Okay. I think that's where it was. Yeah. But I remember, I'm like, I'm going to call Jim Moffitt right now, and I'm going to put all my money in Google. And my mom and my brother talked me out of it, dude. It wasn't much money, but I'd be loaded as shit right now if I did it. Something just told me, like, who cares? It's a little bit of money in retirement. Throw it in there. Gamble it. Go for it. Yeah. What a dumbass I was.
I remember I saw a video on TikTok right before it blew up. I saw somebody like pushing TikTok like, hey, it's going to blow up, So I got on TikTok. I actually had it before it became TikTok. It was called Musical.ly.
Musical.ly.
And I had a few videos on there already. So like, it was funny because a couple of my smaller cousins were like, hey, he's the one on TikTok. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I realized, it's because they saw me on Musical.ly, but now it's TikTok. So I went on there.
Musical.ly before. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So I went on there and I was doing doom scrolling, whatever, and I saw one video where it says, "Hey, this is Dogecoin. Right now, it's worth less than 1 penny. If everybody puts $25 in right now, by the time it gets to a penny, it'll be worth $20-something thousand or whatever." And I'm like, whatever. And then it got to 1 penny. I'm like, oh man. And then it got to 2, and I'm like, oh man. I actually bought in when it was like 10 cents. and it went up to like 70. And I
Did you cash out?
I cashed out.
Oh, you did good.
But everywhere else I fucked up. You know, like it's just one of those things where like I got too high on it, so I'm like, I'm gonna reinvest it over here, and then run back down. I'm like,
I know. God, it's so volatile, dude.
Yeah. And
glad I'm not the only one.
But that's the thing is like, unless it's your career and that's kind of what you do, I don't think you'll ever get a hit like that. But for the most part, for me at least, it's more like I do what I know. You know, and if I don't know it, I think I should learn about it before I start going crazy on it.
Yeah.
You know, real estate, bonds, and all this stuff. And I'm like, maybe I should learn a little bit more before I start like actually investing this money. And you know, obviously, there's people out there that like that's their business is to get you into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they also profit off of that. So it's like, okay, let me learn. Let me talk to as many people as I can, and then at some point decide. Like, who knew Zoom was going to be this much value during 2020 because everybody all of a sudden switched to Zoom. Before 2020, who the hell is going to do Zoom calls every single day?
I know. Isn't that crazy? God. There's so many little things we could have invested in and dabbled in, you know? There's so many great little opportunities that were missed.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
So, before we end this, let's go ahead and, I guess... the ones who are listening because they know who you are.
No, they know who you are. You know what? No, hold on one second. I'm going to move this microphone for 1 second because before you end the show, and I don't mean to cut you off, I wanted to give you this hat. I just got it made, a little West Culture camo hat with the patch.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And if you don't want to wear it, I understand because you like to
I got a big head.
Your bills
I got a big head. No, I really do got a big head. Like, I've gotten so many hats.
Well, you got to go like on the last.
I got to go to like last one, last two. But hold on.
No, you don't have to do all that.
Hold on. Yeah.
Oh, go! You look sexy as fuck. Put that back on.
Unless I do that.
Damn. So you got.
I have a big head. I have a big head. Yeah. So I'm like collecting.
Good.
And I'll put them on a wall one day.
That's cool. Give it to the kiddos.
Yeah. Where am I?
Yeah, it'll probably fit.
It's already on my head.
Yeah, you got it. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I just wanted to make sure I gave you that.
I appreciate that. But I guess because it's funny. I like the fact that we had this kind of conversation because I'm sure a lot of people are interested when they talk to you or want to bring you on the podcast. Like, oh, let's talk about the Mexican culture. Let's talk about this. But in my head, I'm always like, we can talk about whatever. And so the fact that we did this kind of makes me feel better about it because I wasn't trying to push anything.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way because it's funny. I've been thinking in my mind like, I want to just talk about whatever comes up, improv, just there's no script. There's no, hey, we're going to talk about this or that. So I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And hey, I'm not a smart guy by any means. So like when smart shit gets brought up, I'm going to get real quiet and I'll let you talk or let whoever talk, but really fun. Just chatting. Yeah.
And that I think that's the goal of this podcast is just to have conversations. I've had people here who are plumbers, real estate, and we end up talking about the most random things because to me it's like more of a let's get to know them as a person rather than their job. And the people who do try to like stay focused on their career when they talk to me, there's only so much I can ask before I start going like, all right, so what's your favorite food?
Exactly. Yeah. Do you have a favorite restaurant? Not to put you on the spot. I mean, just anywhere from like Santa Maria to San Miguel. You got a favorite one? So for me, it's more of where I grew, like growing up, where I used to go, because I don't really eat out as much as I did. But as a kid, I mean, Los Robles Cafe, Papi's Mexican Grill. Before they moved locations, I'm sorry to say that. Los Robles Cafe, they got bomb pastor tacos, and I love that green sauce.
Yeah.
Well, Vanessa, a friend of mine, she said she doesn't work there anymore, but she said you got to come in and what did she say to try? Gosh dang it, I don't know if it was. I thought it was something simple like a quesadilla or something like that, or maybe it was a torta. I can't remember, but Los Robles Cafe has bomb freaking stuff. Yeah,
I think the pastor is like the number one thing in my opinion because I put the burrito with pastor in it, or the quesadilla with pastor in it, or tacos. It's
always good.
It's always good. The pastor. Yeah.
One of my top ones too has got to be Lorena Market when the dude's in the hut out there on a Friday or Saturday. And I mean, oh God, they're freaking phenomenal. They're good.
Do you know, and I don't know when it's going to open, do you know the guy who used to be outside of Pappy McGregor's Senaido.
Oh yeah, I saw a couple videos he went viral on. Someone was filming. I forget his name, but I did go there. Senaido. Okay, yeah. He's opening a restaurant.
I'm pretty sure he'll be where Orale used to be.
That's badass. Right on. Good for him. He's fun to watch.
Yeah,
man. That guy
by himself.
Yeah, he's killing it.
He'll outwork 3 people.
No, he's awesome. Yeah. Oh, Senaido.
Yeah, I'll have to connect you guys because I think that'll be a good place once it's open. He tells me he's going to update me as he goes, and he's going to try all these different kind of like tradition, like true Mexican dishes, not just tacos, burritos, and stuff like that, but actual like works of art, you know. And I'm like, I'm not a big Mexican like that, but I'll try it.
That would be cool to see him in that world, because he's always, 12, 1, 2 in the morning flinging, the standard,
to them white
street
folks.
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went viral on one video. I just remember scrolling, I'm like, hey, I know this guy, dude. Yeah. He's out in front of Pappy's. He was killing it. Yeah. But he's that's cool. That's the kind of guy you want to make a video with right there.
Yeah.
Passionate, hardworking, and just knows his freaking craft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
So he would be one of my, if he had a restaurant, which he eventually will, I don't know when, I'm going to have to hit him up.
Super cool. We should go together.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, man.
We'll make a plan to do that. I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I think this is a great episode, man. I think this is the perfect spot to end it.
I can't believe an hour already. Hey, he bought me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Let me show you guys. He bought me a freaking 6-pack of Modelo. Yeah. Thank you for having me. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
How about I do a podcast and then you're my guest?
Yeah, we can do that.
And we just do the same thing, but I pay for it.
There's a few people that have actually suggested, like, hey, we need to get Dustin on a podcast, like just in general as to talk shit. Like not even like professional.
Right.
Just gather like a round table, so to speak.
Dude, I would love that.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out.
I love watching those.
Can you imagine hosting your podcast show like in a restaurant every time?
That would be pretty dope. Yeah, that would be cool. I do like the table setup a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like when you have a place to rest your hands and kind of hunch over, you get a little more relaxed maybe. But yeah, I love the bullshit between 3 or 4 guys. Yeah, because it just you feed off of each other and having, especially when you got one of the guys going to be the damn comedian, right?
Right. He's always making those like Mexican or dad jokes or whatever.
For sure. Yeah. Let him get in trouble.
And you're just like over here like,
I'll probably start egging him on for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate it.